Every great journey begins with a single step. And at Jesse K. Hospital College of Health Sciences, that step is met with warmth, guidance, and possibility. Here, learning goes beyond the books. It is where future healthcare heroes are nurtured by passionate instructors who believe in their potential. From theory to practice, our healthcare assistant students gain real-world skills in real healthcare settings, preparing them to serve, support, and make a difference from day one. Because at Jesse K. Hospital College of Health Sciences, we don't just teach healthcare, we empower excellence. Admissions are now open for our January and February intakes. Step into your future today. Find us at Blessed House, 5th floor, opposite Garden City Mall. Jesse K. Hospital College of Health Sciences, empowering excellent healthcare.
Greetings and welcome back to the Kingdom Business Network. Now, this is a program that is building business owners. It is impacting people in the space of creating wealth. You don't want to miss this on Faith Today television. My name is Enock, Kitondekijja, your host, and I'm so excited to bring this conversation to you about personal branding. Last week, we had a very interesting conversation again about personal branding, and the narrative was people buy you before they buy into whatever you are selling, whatever you are trying to forward to them. It's important that you work on your personal brand. So for starters, it's important that you understand this personal branding is the way to go. Today, rather, we are taking it to the next level. We are learning about how to build a personal brand that pays not just financially, but with influence, but pays with longevity, gives value, not just financially. That is very, very important to note. And to help me cut this and bring it to you in a full-blown way is a guest of ours, a gentleman who's building a personal brand, a man who started from nothing. Right now, the other day, we saw him launching his foundation. He's extending through leadership and public service. The very person we need to unveil this to us, we are talking about personal branding. And we want to really bring it to you in terms of the lessons, the struggles, and then finally the strategy you need for you to build a brand that pays you just not just financially, but in all aspects of life. But before I invite him to take us to that conversation, I have a co-host with me, a lady that is now quite familiar in your faces, who is helping me get the very best out of our guest. Ladies and gentlemen, Karen here. Karen, kindly introduce yourself to our viewers.
Thank you, Enoch. My name is Karen. I'll be your co-host today as we discuss what it entails to make a personal brand to pay.
That's very important. And then for the young people, you know, this is a very interesting discussion. We have those numbers on your screen. In case you have any question, remember the earlier you do, the better. Send in your question, send in your what you need us to really focus on more to you today using that number on your screen. And of course, I want to acknowledge those of you who are following us on social media. Thank you so much. Those who have tuned in on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you are, we want to acknowledge you. We want to celebrate you and remind you as well to like this conversation. Make sure you send in that comment, and also remember to follow, click that subscribe button if you're on YouTube, so that we can share this conversation with so many people. And then, ladies and gentlemen, our guest today, Lewis Ndege. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Enock.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
Doing well.
Good to see you once again, Karen.
Very excited.
Good to see you.
Well, thank you so much, our viewer. This is your digital coach, Lewis Ndege, and I'm glad to be back to your faces today. Last week, we had a very wonderful and deliberate conversation around building a personal brand, or rather why people buy you before they buy what you are selling to them. And as wise builders, we laid a foundation, and today we are here to take it a notch higher. Welcome aboard.
Absolutely. Like wise builders, I like how you put it. It's very important that for our viewers, in case you want to really rhyme with us, don't miss any episode. The first one was about why you need to work on yourself. Now, tonight, we are really discussing how you get value out of the brand that you are building. I know, Lewis, you had a very tight week. I saw you celebrating your birthday. I saw you launching the foundation. I mean, I also saw you going back to, it was the fifth, the fifth celebration of fifth anniversary of Certitude Digital. How has been your week?
It has been very packed, of course, doing a lot for the young people of our nation. And we decided to be deliberate about it because one of my mentors, the Honorable Kiharo constituency in Ndege, says that we are African and Africa is our business. I took that very personal, and I decided that's how I'm going to be spending my days, because if I don't, who will? And especially as we deliberate about matters branding, it's a matter of personal interest, because for the longest, that's where I get, in our home we say, that's where I get unga from. That's where I get my ugali. And as you've said, we had a very busy last week. We had our fifth graduation at Certitude Digital College. We ushered out leaders from Certitude to the world. And we took that pride and honor to contribute in that effect to our economy. We believe now, by so doing, our beautiful country, Kenya, is now at a better place. We have builders out there, we have leaders, and we are very confident about that. On the same note, I was also celebrating my birthday, and as usual, I'm a selfless man. I decided this year it had to be different. So I took an initiative to celebrate that with my community, the very community that has raised me. That is Kadhigiri Ward people. We had tournaments, football tournaments, children, elders, my parents, everybody was there, and we had it wonderful. It was amazing, enjoying that day that I really value the most with the people I so much value the most. And we also culminated the same with giving birth to something new. Of course, it is not very new to our faces, because in many ways, as we engage with young people, building communities, establishing initiatives, we've been doing so much, but we needed an umbrella that is now far beyond me. There is a time when we usually say back at home, allow me to say it how we say it, so that it comes in the very best way. Or rather, it means sometimes pregnancy is no longer confinable. You can't hide it anymore. And in such a moment is when you realize, even as a personal brand, there is a time it comes and you can no longer hide it. It's already there, and we usually say that a child does not belong to one parent. A child is belongs to the community. So, and I had that privilege of now releasing that child that I've been raising for almost now 7-8 years to the world. That is Lewis Ndege Foundation. And the community came on board, organizations, leaders, and everybody were excited because our major pillars are digital literacy, community development, youth empowerment, and most importantly, civic education. In a moment where we need to deliberately tell our people why governance is so important, why voting is not just a right, but also your power. It is at such a moment, and that's how I chose to deliberately use or utilize the time God has allowed me to be here on earth. That is how my week has been.
I mean, it deserves a moment of silence because I see a very well-packaged gentleman. I mean, you are intentional. And when we were thinking about the person to deliver the message of personal branding, we could not think otherwise. Even if you are seated in this seat sometimes, we really needed to work with someone who is practical, intentional, and who is actively building a brand. I mean, for our viewers, you can tell there is value tonight. You don't want to miss this, and that is why I want to ask you to please tune in and like this. You can as well share with as many people as you can. I know we have people who are following us from Certitude Digital. I must make that mention. Thank you so much. So many young people out there really tune in, they comment, and I like that. Yeah, thank you so much. The Happy Life Children's Home, thank you so much for tuning in. Jesse K Hospital, we acknowledge that you have tuned in. Thank you so much. You know, when I go to Jessica, its TV is on 24/7. So we want to send our shouts out to you guys and we celebrate you. To begin with, I love the way you have laid a good foundation of whatever you are doing. And I know all that is contributing to your personal brand. Certitude Digital is now a success. So let's begin by understanding what does it really mean to build a brand that pays just beyond financially.
I am an avid believer of the fact that, as we said last week, that people buy you before they buy what you are selling. So when we say that you can build a brand that actually pays, I mean that exactly, because many other times when we focus on the products and we forget, or rather we focus on the milk and we forget about the cow that brings it forth. And so to say, it is necessary to be intentional about your day-to-day steps and initiatives, because these are the things that first define you. When we talk about values and standards, we may talk about them in a very neutral way, but these are the pertinent things. They are the things that make you. They are the things that distinguish Enock from Karen. As much as you don't look alike in terms of physique, the very thing that distinguishes you is what you stand for. And to me, I believe that what actually pays, there is nothing else that pays. The reason as to why you buy a certain brand of soap is because you believe that particular soap has the capacity to help you in terms of cleanliness. And when we are now talking about building brands, a brand in a layman's language is a representation of what you stand for, what you believe in. That is what you don't become a brand because of how you look. Okay, some people may be a brand because they are very masculine or they are very beautiful. We see them, but even beyond that, they still have to give value so that that particular brand can be able to stand as a distinct establishment from the person. When we talk about Lewis Ndege exists as a twofold. There is Lewis Ndege, who is just a normal person, who is just a man like any other man, and there is Lewis Ndege, who is now an entity by itself. It's a trademark. People resonate with that Lewis Ndege, not just as a person who you can engage and share and everything, but as an entity that can even be valuable to you. I realized that when you hold an event and on that poster you place my photo there, there are people who will come to that event not because Lewis Ndege, the person, will be there, but the entity Lewis Ndege will be present. So that is the value we are talking about. When we talk about personal branding that pays, we are saying that you have labored in building or establishing a value that you can easily even monetize. A value that, like, let me give you an example. If you are holding a youth seminar here, and on that particular seminar, let's talk about a person X. A person X can deliver a certain message seamlessly, but that person is not known. Another person Y can deliver that same message, or even of lesser value than person X. But because person Y is known, people will pay more attention to person Y, because person Y has a value that somebody was saying that people listen to what you don't say more than what you say. People listen to what you don't say more than what you say.
Yeah.
And I have seen it in this particular space of personal branding, very eminent, because there are times when you go into a certain space, and when you leave, you are not necessarily the person who made the most powerful message, but you will be the talk of the day person. Or rather, like, let me use myself. Lewis Ndege was actually there.
Yeah.
You see, maybe you never even said anything different from anyone else, but by the fact that your presence was felt, people tend to remember that very moment, that Lewis Ndege was actually there. You see, and the only challenge comes here when you get a good name without a value attached to it. That's hazardous. That's dangerous. Because and it's the most common nowadays. It's the norm of the day. It's the order of the day today. Most of us are chasing so much to be seen and known, without necessarily building a certain value that is making those people resonate with you. And remember, you can be very popular but not influential.
I think that is something that is very key for this discussion.
True.
Can I repeat it?
Yes, sir.
You can be very popular,
yes,
but less influential.
yes,
That's very possible.
true,
For our viewers, what you can get from this discussion, I can just summarize it into attention. So many of us are out there and we are doing so much. We can agree that people are doing a lot of work out there, but they are not gaining the attention. True. And from what I learned from Coach Lewis here is that you gave an analogy of person Y speaking, person X, person Y being very influential, and even if he's delivering the same message, he gains more attention and more followers because of who they are. You know, so it may not just be monetary, but the attention. So I look at as attention something that has, in terms of a commodity or something like that. I don't know what comes to mind, Karen.
It got me thinking. You have the attention, right? But again, and you said something, people are more interested in what you don't say than what you say. But again, you have launched Lewis Ndege Foundation. Again, you find, can that like limit somebody? Like people may already know you in a certain way, and that can feel limiting. Does it feel like limiting? Like, is it really possible for someone to reposition or rebrand themselves successfully after they have already been perceived in a certain way?
Yeah, it's possible, because we usually say life has faces. Life has faces, and you're the author of your life at the end of the day. And God has given you that particular mandate to always redefine yourself. And remember, I once said on this platform that if we don't tell our children who they are, the world will tell them who they are not. it also happens with you. If you are not intentional to tell us who you are, we will tell you who you are not. So in the place of identity, I think that is the broader perspective in terms of identity and who you want to be perceived. It is entirely your mandate and your responsibility. Remember, you are many things. Karen, you're born again, you are a criminologist, you are a loving girl, you are so many things. But not everything about you is necessary to the public. Not everything about you is necessary to the public. Some things are just necessary when they are left confidential to you, or rather to the people just around you. So when we come to personal branding, it's a matter of publicity. It's a matter of what you are releasing to the public, what you want to be known for. And that's why I began by saying that there is that distinct value that you possess. That is what Bible says, let your light shine before others. That particular light, when we talk of a light like, let's say it's a bulb has a lot of light. And when you look at a bulb, you might just see the light. But remember, a bulb has a filament, it has a case, there are so many socket or a bulb holder, there are so many things there. But when you look at it, you just see the light.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with you, Karen. That thing that you possess from within is what is needed to the world. We don't, the reason as to why up to date, we still talk about Wangari Maathai.
Yes.
Is because what we used to see was not her as a person. It was the light that she allowed to shine before us.
Yeah.
You see?
Yes.
So it's your entire responsibility to decide what you want seen to the people.
And I like the way you bring it in terms of now scripture background. Matthew 5:16, I believe, when he talks about let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works and give God the glory.
Sure.
I think that is the principle.
Sure.
Letting your light shine. I want us to engage the next gear and also learn about, you know, your life is really an open book, and we needed to really get the basics, then the truth about it. We see you succeeding right now from, I mean, that's Ndege as a person. You have now jumped to this foundation, Ndege. Did I get the name right? Foundation, you know?
Ndege Foundation.
It's a very huge thing. It's a very huge attempt that you are making. And but I mean, we knew you mostly because of Certitude Digital College. How did that happen? Did Certitude really contribute to now making the Lewis Ndege we know, or the other way around?
The other way around. To date, many parents bring their children not to Certitude Digital College, but to Lewis Ndege.
I'm listening.
To date. Of course, we are still growing now the brand Certitude Digital College so that it can also be a freestanding entity, and it can also share its value as an organization. But to date, people still bring their children to Lewis Ndege because they believe we are not taking our children to an institution. We are taking them to a man of substance, a man of value. But because I cannot, like, let me give you a very short story. When I began these things around 2020 during COVID pandemic, I used to stay just around here at a place called Zimmerman. I used to have a bed sitter there. And in that bed sitter, rarely would you find me alone in my house. Mostly I used to have over 5 to 10 people in that particular house. People coming, I show them some things, how they can earn here and there, how they can make some money online and such like things. So what you are seeing today began a long time ago. And people are coming to me for that particular value, not because I'm very humorous or very social or something. I realized that I can no longer contain these people in my house. So what did I have to do? we began something called Certitude Research Farm. That's where we began, Certitude Research Farm. We opened shop at Kahawa West. And before we realized, it was full to the brim. Our offices at any given time, we had around 20 to 30 people throughout. And then we realized this is also very limiting, because as much as we want to create digital opportunities for young people, especially in the place of research and business solutions like proposals, plans and such, and strategy, it was still very limiting, because people are still seeing a certain value that cannot still be confined within the scope research. So we had now to take another step. And we saw it fit to now begin what we call, Certitude exists in two organizations. One is Certitude Global Limited, that is for securing opportunities for young people. Certitude Global Limited, that is what we use to trade as we seek opportunities locally and also internationally. And we also had, as much as we are creating opportunities for young people, we also had to prepare them for these opportunities. And now that no institution in Kenya is preparing the kind of people we need for the opportunities we are getting, we had to come up with now an institution to train them. And that was the birthing of Certitude Digital College. Now we are, it's a chain that is well managed, because on one wing we are seeking opportunities, and on the other we are preparing the people to seize these particular opportunities. So now we have Certitude Global Limited for digital opportunities for the young people, and on the other wing we have Certitude Digital College to prepare these people for these opportunities.
I like it when you clarify that, because I think it's very important for people, because we are in an economy where someone is working, they have maybe an enterprise, a business they're running, and then they also have their personal brand. And then time comes when their brand, probably you don't hear so much about their names, but you hear about their enterprise or college, because now most people resonate with you because of the digital expertise. I know that is also some of the initiatives you are introducing at Kitondekijja. Is it Kitondekijja?
Yes.
I know this is a very interesting discussion, and if you are learning anything, let us know what is coming to mind, because I'm very sure on the Kingdom Business Network, ideas always pop up. In case you are stuck somewhere, you get a blockage, we are here to help you, to answer you. You can use that number on your screen, send your question right now, right here. We are just getting the truth about the success or the grounding or the excellency of Lewis Ndege. And we also learned that he's successful. He has built Certitude Digital College. It has come to its peak up there, and then he's now entering into leadership and public service, all building from just his name. So we want to also learn about his struggles, his challenges, because for every success, there's a backstory to it. So as a person who is actively building your personal brand, this is a discussion that you do not want to miss. We are going to be doing that in the second part of our discussion. But before we do take that break, I don't know what comes to mind, my co-host Karen.
Let's take the break first, then we will proceed from there.
We want to proceed from there. All right. Thank you so much. That is Karen for you. I also want to remind you, for those of you who have tuned in, Faith Day Television is on Signet. We are back on Signet. And in case you want to support this movement, we are bringing you health, we are bringing you business, we are bringing you faith, we are bringing you leadership, we are bringing you family content, so much entertainment. It's a package, and so we really want your support. If you would use that number on your screen to reach us, to see how we can work together, how we can partner. You can also support us with. We have a number of packages, as you can see them running on your screen. You can be part of it. You can be a blessing. You can be a blessing indeed. So we are going to take a short break, and when we return, we are going to really answer your questions. I know they have come in. We are going to acknowledge you. We are also going to get to hear the struggles that this young man has gone through, the challenges, and then we enter into now the strategy. I mean, working strategy, not just any strategy, but a strategy that has worked for him, probably it can work for you, and then you can diversify in various ways. Thank you so much. Do not change that. 2 minutes, we're coming back.
Every great journey begins with a single step. And at Jesse K Hospital College of Health Sciences, that step is met with warmth, guidance, and possibility. Here, learning goes beyond the books. It is where future healthcare heroes are nurtured by passionate instructors who believe in their potential. From theory to practice, our healthcare assistant students gain real-world skills in real healthcare settings, preparing them to serve, support, and make a difference from day one. Because at Jesse K Hospital College of Health Sciences, we don't just teach healthcare, we empower excellence. Admissions are now open for our January and February intakes. Step into your future today. Find us at Blessed House, 5th floor, opposite Garden City Mall. Jesse K Hospital College of Health Sciences, empowering excellent healthcare.
All right, welcome back once again to the Kingdom Business and Network. We are live on Faith Today Television, and I want to appreciate all those who have tuned in this morning. We really celebrate you, and we want to say thank you so much for moving with us, traveling this journey with us as we build businesses and contribute to wealth creation in our generation. Today is a very special day. We are getting insights from a man who is actively building his personal brand, Lewis Ndege, a gentleman whom we have seen start from nothing. I mean, now getting to build a college that is impacting the young people in the digital space. The other day he was graduating the fifth time, and then right now, recently over the week, he launched the Lewis Ndege, the Ndege Foundation. You know, he is building something serious, now extending into leadership and public service. We really want to know the journey. We want to also understand in this segment, second segment, we want to understand the struggles, the challenges, because they must be there. For every success, there is always a story that we really need to know, and that is how we learn, that is how we really get to build our brands also. So, Coach,
yes, sir.
Take us through some of the struggles and the challenges you've gone through as a person, because we know they can be there, you know, before we now get into the strategy, because I know people are waiting for that strategy, but before strategy, you need to learn the struggle. Thank you.
I love to quote the Tobias dimension. That is the biggest challenge to any brand. Usually when you go back to Nehemiah, when he was rebuilding the wall of Jericho, the building was not the biggest problem. The problem was the Tobias dimension. There are always people who, especially some of us who are building things that have not been there before, rather things that are very new to people's eyes. People will misunderstand you a lot. People will intimidate you a lot. I love to give this example. It was a big blessing in disguise. The office we had set base at Kaha West, that was hosting Certitude Research Farm. It was we had rented two bedrooms in a certain apartment, and now that those rooms were very crowded with young people, the community there never understood what we were doing, and things happened, and we were chased away from that particular place. We never left in good faith. We were chased from those offices, and we also incurred very high losses because people were wondering, what are these people doing? We tried to make them understand, of course, the digital space was so new even in the country. Yeah. We tried to engage even the authorities, but people were like, no, we've not seen such a thing. It's a community, it's a threat. So many young people together, and people are raising security issues. Yeah. And we were chased from there. We had opted for the apartment dimension because of affordability. You understand, hiring an office anywhere around Nairobi, it's very expensive. So we had sought that particular dimension of getting to a normal apartment where people stay and leasing two houses. Yeah. And to us, that was more manageable, affordable, and sustainable. Yeah. But the community did not welcome us very well because of those security concerns. I had to invest, and I usually tell people with a lot of pain because people admire what you do, but very few would be willing to incur the expense that you undertake. A brand is expensive, and it is an investment that one must be deliberate to invest themselves. As Apostle Paul says that in this work, I have spent and I have been spent. That is the real struggle that many people will never tell you, Enoch. Yeah. I have spent and I have also been spent. And that is the real currency. That is the real cost.
You have paid the price.
That I have paid.
You have paid the price.
Yes. And sometimes it doesn't come easily. I remember in the year 2021, I happened to buy a certain plot around Georgia. I wanted to establish myself and build a house before I get married. I got married later in 2022. But that time, when we were sent away from that particular premises, I told my God, no, I will never lease a place for my people again. And because you helped me, I have a land somewhere. I trust in you that I'm going to build there. And today, where Certitude Digital College is established, is our own premises. We don't pay rent.
Wow, to God be the glory.
Absolutely.
That's
Amen.
Very important because,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, that is the work of God. But you see now, I see now a reward coming in.
Sure.
After paying the price, you did not give up. Now God rewards you.
Yes.
Your own land, so Certitude doesn't pay rent.
We don't pay rent.
That's interesting.
Another struggle that's very funny at that time, our African parents all desire to see their people working in these renowned types of jobs. Yeah. It is until very recently that my mom came into terms with the fact that I'm a digital entrepreneur. She used to wonder, what are those things that you do? Why are you not employed in a bank? I have taken you to school. Why are you not working with organizations? Why are you not a teacher? And I'm telling them, no, mommy, I work online. And because sometimes online work is not something that you can show. People, mostly people back at home used to think I'm a con here in Nairobi. Because they are seeing me, I don't have a problem, I look healthy, I have a little cash, but I can't show evidently what I do. So such are some of the struggles that you have
people
to
doubting
endure.
you.
People doubting
I mean,
you.
people
Yes.
seeing young men somewhere combined and they are scared. You
Yes,
know? Are you trying to plot something?
Yes.
So I mean, those of you who are trying to build a brand, you can tell there is a challenge, there is a threat. I mean, but we also want to understand what kept you really going, because I see faith in there. I see a bit of resilience. What is the trademark? What are we not getting here?
One thing,
Yeah.
what I believe in, that is what I would die for. Enoch, what I believe in is what defines me to the core. That is where you can never, like you mentioned something very important, that right now I'm now moving to the public service and leadership. And it is not by mistake, because I so much believe that many of the things that I even initiate as a person and even as a people of common interest, as much as we will keep on fighting, we keep on pushing, and we don't have what we call the instruments of power, it will still be in vain. Some of these policies, youth policies, education policies, some of these systems that we challenge each and every day, not unless we have the right tools, we will still keep on screaming. And that's why deliberately, actually, I'm pursuing my second degree at Mount Kenya University in public administration and governance, because I don't just do things from the blues. I am very intentional with each and every step. Right now, as we aim to be in public service, we are going there because, one, we must legislate for our people. We must establish policies that will work for us. Sometimes we question a lot of things, but that's how the system has been structured. We are everywhere saying our young people don't have jobs, but how the system has been established, that is how it will be even 20 years to come. Not unless there are people who will be deliberate to go and question some of these structures that have been established long before even some of us existed in this world. For us to challenge some of these structures and be in a position to influence and bring radical changes as we intend, we must be part of that particular team.
And I agree with you,
Yes, sir.
because looking at your journey, people misunderstood you
Yes.
in the first place, because then you didn't have power.
Yes.
But now when you are in power,
Yes.
you are able to anticipate these challenges, these hurdles,
Yes.
roadblocks, and
Yes.
then help many people. I agree with you. I don't know what Karen has to say about this, because I know I'm also getting a strategy. I know we have not yet gotten into that level of strategy, but I'm learning. I know our viewers are also learning. We want to hear from you what comes to mind, your questions. I hope you have sent them using that number on your screen. Thank you so much, Karen.
Thank you so much, Coach Lewis, sharing your story and the struggles, like the whole thing. And coming out to this point is living in unanswered prayers. It's got me thinking. It's very wonderful. Like, if I would have met Coach Lewis in 2020 and Coach Lewis right now, there's such a big growth in it. Then it got me thinking about Proverbs 22. Verse 1, a good name is more desirable than great riches. I can attest through Coach Lewis. He has been through all of it. So it got me thinking about your journey. Like, how did you balance the losing without losing credibility? Like, through the journey.
Once and again, I will tell you, Karen, and my brother Enoch, what you believe in. There's a guy I admire. Probably you've seen him in US flags. There's always a gentleman with a certain cape. Anywhere you see US merchandise, you probably see that gentleman holding a certain cape like this. That guy is called Uncle Sam. And Uncle Sam is known for one thing. He stood for what he believed in. Okay.
Yeah.
So how you are able to build a brand or build anything without losing credibility is if one thing is constant, what you believe in. That is, to me, the most important thing. What you believe in is constant.
So the constant here,
Yes.
for our viewers, is what is going to keep you going.
Yes.
What do you believe in?
Yes.
Let us know in the comment section. What do you believe in? Let us know. Let us get a glimpse into what really defines your momentum. For him, it is what do you believe in? Allow me.
Yes, sir.
Handle some questions here, because if I don't, people might stone me on Thika Road. All right, Jonte here. Thank you so much, Jonte, for tuning in. I hope you have subscribed to Faith Today television. That is the way we partner. That's very important. Jonte, you didn't share where you're coming from, but that's okay. I have Kim here in Juja, but let me first handle Jonte. Jonte says, I have been posting for months and honestly nothing is happening. Am I doing something wrong or it's just part of it?
And it can take even another year. But my question to Jonte will be, what are you posting? Because consistency is a game, and it's the most important. That's what we say in personal branding, consistency. But on the other hand, what we don't say, and I told you prior that people are more concerned with what you don't say than what you say. Jonte, I love that you are consistent, and that's very good of you. But on the other hand, what is it that you are posting? Because in media spaces, there are a few things that you must be very keen about. One, as much as you are posting, is your post engaging, because that is number one, the most important thing. If I'm just posting, if it's a poster, if it's a personal video, if it's a course on Instagram, is it driving a conversation? Second, what we call a call to action, because if I'll be just posting my photo and how smartly dressed I am every day. The much I'm expecting from people is cute, handsome, you look sharp, okay? But is it leading us to a certain place? So the reason as to why you may find yourself posting day in, day out, but you are still not accruing onto something is because probably you've not taken an initiative to direct your audience where you want them. So always think of this before you post anything. What is the goal? What do you want to achieve at the end of the day? Then before you even post, ask yourself, what is the best way of driving or achieving that goal? Then the answer is what you should post there.
Perfect.
Jonte.
Jonte, you get too much in just this short time we have. You have done justice. Call to action is the way to go. Then I have Kim here in Juja says, not everyone is confident on camera. So am I locked out of personal branding?
No. If you want, because it begins there. If you feel like you would want to be on camera or you would want to build a personal brand, confidence is not something a person is born with. There are very few people who are born with confidence. I always give a story about myself.
Yeah.
I grew up in a village called Kirogo, there in Ndege ward. And I was, where I schooled, we used to be taught even English using mother tongue, using Kikuyu. So when I was in high school, I had very poor grammar and not eloquent, even a little bit. But what changed and what is the difference between that young man then and the person I am today, and even the person I will be in a moment, is the acceptance and the willingness to learn.
Yeah.
Anything you so much desire, you can learn and you can achieve. Last time we said to dream is to obtain, and to aspire is to achieve.
That one I mastered well. All right. We have people who are following us. Allow me just make a mention of this one before we get to other questions. Esther Pragia Wamweya. This one is from where?
Pragia. Yeah, I know her.
You know
Thank
her.
you so much.
Thank you so much, Esther. Where is it? Where rice comes from?
Yeah, that's my hometown.
Oh,
Yeah.
So people are tuning in from the
Yes.
village. So Faith.tv reaches over there.
Yes.
Oh
It's
my
in
God.
Kirinyaga County.
Aye. Now we have another question coming in. Someone is saying, love the show. Juliet in Thika. Thank you so much, Juliet, for tuning in. We hope that you have subscribed and you have also shared this conversation. We need to reach people in Gadingiridi very fast.
True.
Let's talk about money. How do I price myself without feeling like I'm overcharging?
Why are you not thinking about undercharging? But that's a very significant question because especially in the freelance, as a personal brand, it's very difficult to price because most of the times, especially some of us who do consultants, I'll come and meet maybe Timothy, and Timothy wants to spend my 2 hours. And after the 2 hours, I'll tell him just send in what you are capable of doing. But such conversations happen in the beginning stages. But when you go, you realize that a certain CEO wants my counsel, and we are sitting there with them, or it's a politician, because we do that a lot, and they want an engagement. You have to price depending on the value you're offering. So where you begin as a personal brand, start by volunteering. When I sit with my sister Karen, and she wants my to consult a few things from me, the ability or the value that I'm going to disseminate to her is what will determine what she will talk about me later. You realize?
Yes.
How we get there, when we talk about pricing, especially as a personal brand, you begin from offering yourself so that people can realize that value. Usually say a personal brand is not like a shop that you can open and people can see the product you are selling. For you, you have to be in spaces, and you have to, what the Bible is saying, let your light shine before men. You must be very intentional to make that light seen and shine.
I mean, I think that also places a distinction between a personal brand and a business brand.
Yes.
Because as a business, now, I think that's where we talk more of pricing, you know. I think that's a discussion we should move into.
Sure.
Before we do that, there's someone who has sent in a question here, and that I believe it will also tie into what we want to talk about strategy because of time. Someone says, some people blow up so fast. Is it luck or strategy?
There's nothing like luck. Even what we call the grace of God, God doesn't just give anyone a grace. People invest, people labor. And unfortunately, people don't see a foundation. Like this entire building, it might be very beautiful and magnificent from the outside, but what has made this possible is the foundation that was laid beneath that we can never see.
Foundation is very key.
Is the key.
And I think that is the strategy someone had.
Yes.
So would you take us through some of the strategic points that someone can work on for them to build a personal brand that pays?
The best investment you can ever make is investing in yourself. And people shy from doing that. I always tell people that the most important person to you is yourself. And if you are not, Bible says that love your neighbor as you love yourself. So where does it begin? It begins with you. Loving yourself, taking care of yourself, dressing nicely, looking sharp, smelling well, talking eloquently, studying, going to school. These are the fundamentals. These are the things before you come out here. That's what we said during our previous episode. Before you come to us, make sure that what is preceding you is the value you possess.
Before you come to us,
Yes.
make sure that what is preceding you
Yes.
is the value you possess.
Yes.
For our viewers, that one is a bonga point, right?
True.
Build value.
Yes. There's no better strategy, actually.
You are entering into public service.
Yes.
but you anticipated the hurdles that might come, the blockage, the misunderstanding. So you had to study. You are gaining knowledge in governance and leadership. So you are a well-able leader. So that you are able to now serve better, right? There's no better way I can put it for now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting value, and the best strategy right now is invest in yourself. Karen, what comes to mind? And I believe you can also give your parting shots and because of time.
Actually, I wanted to interrupt. Let me just take you a little back. I think the last person who asked the question, we have seen people like, I won't mention names for whatever reasons. We've seen most of people are visible but not influential. But again, you find that people are clout chasing, as we call it. Maybe you will do something to clout chase, then you send out whatever you're selling to the people. And they have been doing it for a very long time. Does it mean that everyone else can build such a brand and it is going to work for them?
That is a very good question. My sister Karen, and because of time, I'll be quick on that one. We usually say that you must first understand your scope. The understanding of your scope, like in politics, we say either positive or negative publicity is publicity. But in a school, it's very different. Negative publicity will kill you as an institution that stands on integrity. You understand? So if you have that understanding of your scope, let's say you are a beautician and that's what you say, you sell beauty, whatever, you are allowed to be, you can be humorous here and there, you can clout chase if you are able to, because your goal is not integrity or anything. Your goal is eyeballs, and always weigh, because you have intuition, weigh what are you gaining and what are you losing by clout chasing. So if you clout chase and at the end of the day you get the attention so that you're able to market your products, it's not a problem.
So clout chasing is not the way to go. It's like being a hunter.
Clout chasing is necessary in certain scopes.
But not in business.
No, it can't be even in business. That's why I said you understand your scope. Because business is wide. And I gave 2 examples. In politics, public or negative publicity is publicity. It will give you that political mileage. But in a business like a school, that it's from integrity. You cannot stand to have any negative publicity, because that one is going to kill that particular business. So understanding of the scope is the most important thing.
Understand the scope. Understand your playground.
Yeah, because I was just wondering how people tend to create brands and still remain, like they build something even by doing that. So yeah, understanding your scope is the way.
Sure. Wow, a parting shot.
Oh, parting shot. I would first thank you, Lewis, for being with us today. And investing in oneself is very important. And believing in doing what you believe in, it always works out in the end. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That is Karen for you. Coach, your parting shot.
Our amazing viewers, allow me to once again appreciate you for the time we've had together. Such moments are rare, but when we get an opportunity, we appreciate the Lord for even allowing us engage. As we purpose to establish our own personal brands, as we endeavor to build that we so much believe in, remember that the first and most important thing is yourself. Remember, today we are talking about personal brand, from the word person, personal. Invest in yourself. That is the most important thing. Number 2, be a man of conviction. There is no little man on this world like a man of conviction. That which you believe in is what the world wants. That is what we desire from you. So don't shy, don't fear to tell the world what you believe in. Because as Ndege loves to say, we are African and Africa is our business. Thank you so much, Enoch.
Thank you so much, Coach Lewis. I'm so honored to always have you here.
Karibu
It's a
sana.
pleasing pleasure to host you on the Kingdom Business Network. I also want to appreciate all of you, our viewers. Thank you for keeping it locked to Faith Today television. As you have learned from our guest today, is that he's having a wealth of knowledge, wisdom from scriptures, not just also politics, and wisdom from business and things like that, but he's also having a backing. He talks about belief. Before we give a conclusion to this, we learn that power belongs to God. And so you want to amass wealth. The Bible says God gives the power to make wealth. So you need that power. And the entry point is accepting Jesus as your Lord and personal Savior. So if you have not yet received Jesus as your Lord and personal Savior, you can choose to do that today. And you can receive him through the words I'm going to be sharing with you. You can speak with me as we do the prayer. Lord Jesus, I confess you with my mouth. I believe you with my heart that you died and rose again. You paid for my sins. Today, I take you in as my Lord and personal Savior. I choose you. I choose you. I choose life. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Now, if you have made that prayer, you have taken in Jesus. Now, when Jesus is Lord over your life, he has the power to make wealth. May you receive it on this show in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you so much. And this has been the Kingdom Business Network. My name is Enock Kitondekijja. Until we meet next time, stay focused, learn, and have faith in God. God bless you.